Now, Ami, the woke and very tiring and tragic response to Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad campaign, we know it exploded on social media, but elsewhere it's a different story. According to a new survey, just 12% of Americans said that they found the campaign offensive. So, Ami, 12%, the Lizzos of the world can get stuffed.
Yeah. Okay. Look, in doing my research for this piece, yes, people, I know when you hear me, you're like, he must do no show prep at all, but I actually do. Okay. So for my show prep, I had to watch the ad a number of times. I'm sorry, this is because that's how hard I work for this show. Okay. Look, let me say this. The people who opposed it, right? Yeah, I think they're all card-carrying members of Fatties for Palestine. I think that was the only group who opposed it. Look, no, the surprising number wasn't that. Surprising number was the 12% that had no opinion. I mean, that all had to have been men whose wives were watching them as that poll was happening, okay? It's impossible not to have a view on that poll. But yet, unsurprisingly also, men overwhelmingly found that ad to be more clever than women. I'm shocked. So, yeah. No, actually, another really fascinating thing from a cultural and political perspective is, if I can be serious for a second, is that it's so interesting to watch how the dynamics flip over time. Like now, a lot of the aside from the people calling it, neo-Nazi, right, white supremacists, forget them for a second. But a lot of people on the left are taking offense to because the over-sexualization of women is anti-feminist, right? That's kind of like a view people have taken, which is so interesting because 25 years ago, it would have been the right, the Republicans, who were saying, hey, we have a problem with this ad because it's overly sexualized. So I think it's fascinating.
I think it's really fascinating too, and you're right. I think there were a lot of women staring over their men watching that ad for sure. Now, look, US Attorney General Pam Bondi has ordered a grand jury investigation into an alleged conspiracy by the Obama administration to tie Donald Trump to Russia. Here was the president overnight.
You know, they got this phony investigation going on, Russia, totally phony, created by Adam Shifty Schiff and Hillary Clinton and the whole group of them. And it made it very dangerous for our country because I was unable to really deal with Russia the way we should have been. I'm looking at Pam because I hope something's going to be done about it.
So, Ami, Russiagate is back.
Yeah, it really, Russiagate, Russia, the Russia hoax, one of the great stains on our American intelligence community. And I think they'll be paying the price for a long time. Look, the only proof we have, actual proof of collusion with Russia on tape, is when Obama and Medvedev, I forgot to pronounce the lapdog of Putin's name, when he took that 1 4-year term because he had to try to make it legal for him to continue his dictatorship, was when the Russian leader and Obama had an off-mic meeting, it was actually on a hot mic, and he leaned into him and said, hey, just give me a little bit of negotiating maneuver room for this missile defense thing. Once I win the election, we'll be good. That's the only collusion with Russia I've actually seen proof of. The president had a really great point. It's so true about how this Russia hoax did have an effect on foreign policy. Any move he would make in terms of trying to get negotiating power with Russia, trying to say, hey, invite him to the White House, or say, hey, we'll use a carrot of decreasing sanctions if you do X, Y, or Z. He was, I'm sure, conscious of looking overly conciliatory to Putin because of that. It really boxed him in foreign policy-wise. Ironically, it actually may have made him tougher on Russia because of that. So there were probably maybe some positive downstream effects. But yeah, that kind of, that politicization of intelligence really had an effect on foreign policy, and that's, I think, to the detriment of this country and to the way we view the intelligence establishment.
Yeah, look, no doubt about it. Be interesting to see what comes out of it. Ami Horowitz, always great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me on the show.